Hey y'all, thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please don't forget, if you like my content, to like down at the bottom, subscribe, and comment if you have any questions below. So I would like to just kind of start by giving my why. I've been farming for about 6 years. I've been cooking for just about my whole life. And food has always been my passion, whether feeding other people, whether immersing myself in culture. I've always loved food. And what's a better way to enjoy food more than to grow it yourself? So my why basically is self-sufficiency, sustainability, organic food. I mean, there's really nothing more to it than that. I'm grateful for the space that we are in. Currently, we have a 6-acre farm about 40 minutes outside of Charlotte. And to have this space to occupy land is something that we've wanted for a long time. So over the last few years, we've just manifested this in steadfast and our passion and what we wanted. And now we're here. So I don't take that lightly. All of that came with hard work and consistency. So and my husband is a saint. He is amazing. He's such a beautiful person, and I couldn't have done any of this without him. So, I'm just grateful for him and our family, our friends, all the people around us who constantly tell me or tell us how much of an impact that we make in other people's lives or in their lives. So that's a constant reminder to keep pushing forward, because sometimes I'm just like, what am I doing? Why am I here? Why do I want this so badly? It's almost intrinsic. It's that thing in your life that you don't quite know why it's there, or why it matters, or why it means so much to you, but it feels good when you do it or when you talk about it. So that's what farming is to me. That's what food is to me. I'm a Johnson & Wales graduate. I graduated in 2015 with degrees in food service management, culinary arts, and sustainability and wellness. And I've always kind of held on to sustainability and wellness. That's kind of the backbone of everything that I do, making sure that I'm using local products when catering, making sure that I'm using other local farmers for the food that I'm preparing, whatever it is. Seeds, local seeds, super important for depending on what zone you're in. So all of those things are kind of the foundation of where I am now. In high school, I was in nursery landscaping and horticulture. And then I also did culinary classes in school. So all of those things pushed me forward to where I am now. And fast forward 6 years later, I've worked for a small farm. I gained some knowledge from there and then went forward and started my own farm. So I did lease land for a while, and then COVID kind of crept in, and that honestly put me in a really good position to kind of take control of my destiny. And I started farming in our backyard, urban farming. We had a little under 20 chickens at any given moment. We had 5 garden beds. We harvested pounds of food out of our backyard. We harvested wild mushrooms. We propagated plants. We harvested food. We grew seeds. We started seeds in our sunroom at our last house. And all those things kind of just kept manifesting themselves into exactly where we need it to be and where we want it to be. So that's basically where we've landed. And I can't help but keep showing gratitude to the universe, and also for the folks that believed in me when I didn't, because that's real. Sometimes there's things in our lives that we, obviously want to do, but don't necessarily have the confidence to push forward, don't have the confidence to make those things happen. And sometimes we just talk ourselves out of it. So I encourage you today, do not talk yourself out of the things that make you happy. Do not talk yourself out of whatever it is that you see yourself doing in the future or the present. Just go for it, just do it, and keep speaking it. My mantra is say it, write it, see it. And that's something I live by. And it really just helps to kind of help things flow for me. I actually have a pen and paper here now. I'm doing some just planning for spring. You have to start planning for spring in winter. You can't just start planning for spring crops or gardening when spring comes, because by then you're already 2 weeks behind. So I'd like to get into that, a little bit of that today with you all, but I also wanted to also press the fact that I really started this channel to get into acknowledgement about what farming means to the Black community, what it can mean, and or just kind of the disparities around farming. So representation matters to me. Representation is always something that I look for as a Black woman in everything that I do. I have beautiful Black children, and I want them to see that the things that are dominated by others can also be, there's room for us, and it can be dominated by us too. So representation in the Black community and the Black farming community is something that I really want to acknowledge and push forward. I feel like there's this like taboo around Black folks and putting our hands in dirt because our ancestors did it, so therefore we don't have to do that anymore. It's kind of the mindset, and I want to push away from that. I want to release that because there's power in growing your own food. There's power in self-sufficiency, and we think people are crazy because there's doomsday preppers and people that are trying to save food for years and dehydrating and canning and all of this stuff. But those things are primitive when it comes to being able to take care of you and your family. We've seen over the last couple of years, unprecedented times, going to the grocery store and some of your favorite snacks or some of your favorite foods or even vegetables aren't there because of supply and demand or because of shortages and all of these things. And it's scary. It's really scary. Us being in this transitional period, we haven't been able to grow as much food as we normally do, just because we moved in October and we've just been getting settled in and everything. But that's why this planning season is so important to me, making sure that I jot down all of my ideas, all of the things that we want to do to expand our operation, to also make money off of what we're doing. We want to be able to live a self-sufficient life. Therefore, we need funding for that. So being able to, offer these beautiful, adventures for people to come and spend time on the farm, just like whatever classes, whatever gets people interested in a lifestyle like this is really what we want to be able to offer while still being self-sufficient and sustaining a lifestyle that's healthy and wholesome and organic, So that's really what I'm striving for in this moment in our lives. My babies are probably the biggest part of that. Like I mentioned before, we have 3, And they love gardening. They love helping mommy, dig up things. They help me compost. They help me pick out seeds. That's a huge factor in growing anything. You always want to make sure that what you're growing is something that you'll actually eat. If you and your family don't like rutabagas, don't grow rutabagas. Or if you guys don't like beets, sure, grow some, but maybe not as many. Don't ever grow more than what you think you would eat. And if so, then that's fine. That's fine too. Just share with your community, share with your neighbors, share with your family. There's been so many instances where I've either grown too much or just had family members come by our house and we walk out into the backyard and they're asking questions and we pull things out of the ground and show them. It's also amazing how different things look pulled out of the ground or growing in the ground than they look on a grocery store shelf or a produce aisle. So those are the types of things and the connections that we get back when we choose to take control of our food system and our lives. We get those connections because the disconnect is insane. I feel like a lot of kids don't even know where chicken nuggets come from or, how apples grow or, just like simple things like that. And it's heartbreaking, but it's also not too late with climate change and all of these just like other factors within the world. I mean, we can't control any of those things now, but all we can do is do our part. So just like pushing forward, you can't really get over things. You have to just push through them. And for me, that is our way of pushing through is acknowledgement and dealing with any issues at hand, but also making our surroundings, making our land better, making feeling more sound and feeling more loved and giving those things back. That also is a huge factor in permaculture. So you'll probably hear me talk about that a lot, and it's something that a lot of farmers and growers and homesteaders are talking about now more, is permaculture. Permaculture is a way of taking what you need out of the soil. So when you grow something, you put a seed in the ground and that seed absorbs carbon, nitrogen, it absorbs water, it absorbs phosphorus, it absorbs anything that's in the soil that it needs to grow strong and fruit or, whatever, to bloom. And a lot of times in large farming, those things are just taken out and they're not always put back in. So it's scaling things down and putting those things back into your soil. So amending your soil, bone meal, blood meal, compost, all of those things that, food scraps, things that you throw away and you don't even think about the fact that that was once soil, So, just like getting into all of those small little details that we don't always think about when it comes to growing our food, but also consuming it. So I am feeling so grateful. I am in a season of just like pure joy and gratitude for all the things that we have been given, all of the things that we've worked hard for and received. So let's not let those things go unsaid, where we see the joy and see the gratitude and know that someone is doing well. But also we have to look at the other side and to see what was the work that was put in. So it's amending your life and the people around you. It's putting back all of those good things that we take away on a daily basis that we don't realize all the time. So, drinking water, eating well, exercise, that's your way of amending yourself and fortifying yourself and making sure that you have enough of what you need to grow and develop and to expand into whatever it is that you are working for. So I am so thankful for you guys. Really, this YouTube channel is something I've been wanting to do for quite some time. Like I said, I was kind of talking myself out of it. YouTube is oversaturated. There's plenty of people doing this, but I had to think about my why. I had to think about the ways that this could benefit me and possibly benefit other people. So thank you for watching. Thank you for just being a part of it. And we ask that you send positive energy our way so that we can keep growing. And we'll also do the same. If you like what you see, if you want more, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and also please comment, please share your experiences. Black folks, if there's anything that you want to share, any questions that you have as far as farming and just being in the agricultural field, please comment and share. I love to read those types of things. So we will see you guys next time. I got some goodies coming soon, plenty of lifestyle, health and wellness, and plenty of farming videos coming at you. So stay tuned. Love and light.